Virgo.
Hey, I'm Karen, and this is your astrological forecast for March 2017. Listen, Virgo, there's a lot going on this month, and there's like two small clusters that are going to open up windows for you, which means that is where your main focus for this month is going to be. The one area is your relationships. Okay, we got the 7th house here with the Sun and Mercury and Neptune. This is allowing you to really focus on your partner right now. If you're single, well then that will be the focus too, where you can probably figure a way to be out and about and try to meet that Mr. or Mrs. Right. Mercury will allow you to discuss, talk, and communicate that much more with your partner this month. And I feel in a very intimate way too, because the second cluster that's lighting up for you is your 8th house. And that's all the values that you share with your partner on an intimate level. So we're not just talking physically. You will notice how that too can become that much more dynamic this month. And that is because both Venus and Mars is in your 8th house in the sign of Aries. Now, when Mars is in Aries, it rules that sign. We become that much more feisty. We become the initiator. We take chances that we normally wouldn't do before, and we're like the conquistador out on a mission. When Venus is in Aries, that just fires up our desires, our love, passion, romance, and so forth. So this is the month where you'll find yourself really cutting to the core of those things that are of most value and importance to you. Alongside with that, we also have Uranus. So Uranus is always the wild card, right, in our chart. So when both Mars and then later on Venus, which won't happen this month because Venus will retrograde, and that is from March 4th through April 15th. So it might just dip back into that whole relationship area, and you're still working on it while it's in the 8th house. But when Mars and Uranus meets up, we can expect the unexpected. More on that and the timeline of it a little bit later. But yeah, if you're wondering where these two dynamic windows are operating elsewhere for you, that's when you want to always listen to your moon or rising sign. And you can find it right up here by hitting the little I button, information button. There's a whole playlist, so you can easily go to those readings without having to go on YouTube and look for them. They're right there. Then, of course, you know, this whole relationship area of the Sun, Mercury, and Neptune will show up elsewhere. You'll see how your focus is dynamically going to be focused on it. Same thing where Venus and Mars elsewhere is going to be operating as well. But the new moon, that is the time we place our intentions. It's in that 8th house. So that's like a double whammy, and especially now here, Virgo, after all the eclipses there in February, you'll see now what it's bringing to the surface, and your intentions on the 27th here pretty much should be on values that you share with your partner. The 8th house isn't just the intimate level, but it's how you share financially too, the responsibilities and so forth. So, and of course, royalties, commissions might just very much so be in focus if you're waiting for a payout from, say, investments or taxes, whatever that might be, a lawsuit. Well, this is that kind of money, as opposed to the 2nd house, which is more your month-to-month income. This is securities more so. So you'll see how you could be working through all of that. It's a great time, Virgo, to get all your ducks in a row and organize, reorganize, which I know you love to do anyway, right? To do this, because it's a whole year before Venus comes back, but it's 2 years before Mars is going to give you the extra drive to reset things. And every once in a while, throughout our entire life, we do need to hit the reset button to look over what it is we have, what it is we're setting aside, what we're saving, what we're investing in. So you'll be very busy here this month, just when it comes to that. Jupiter is retrograde, and from February 6th straight through that of June 10th, and that allows things to come back to us from the past. That could be past proposals, it could be maybe something here that you could expand upon. Say it was a project and you were too busy to even consider it in the past. If it resurfaces now, look at it. There might just be a little delayed blessing for you from Jupiter, and that is in your second house, so it definitely has to do with your money income sector. All right, if you were, say, maybe waiting to get a promotion or get a raise and it didn't happen, Jupiter could bring that now, because it still brings you blessings even in spite of the retrograde motion. On other levels, it might slow things down a little bit just so you can have time to regain focus. It's not the worst place to have Jupiter retrograde. It is, in fact, your second house of money, values, income, security, and so forth. So you get an extended time, lucky you, with Jupiter here in this placement. We have the full moon on March 12th, and that is always when we feel that we're in center stage. Your center stage this month will be in your first house. So somehow there around the 12th, you will find yourself being highlit some way, one way or another, or your needs, your desires, your wants and wishes might be accumulating and coming to a head there on the 12th, so pay attention to that as well. We have actually a lot of good things going for us, Virgo, this month. I feel when we start off the month, it's going to be on a creative note. The Sun is conjunct Neptune, and that is in your 7th house. Yes, and so for that reason, you're going to feel creative, you're going to feel inspired. Neptune always deals with our higher ideals, the things that we long and dream about, right? And so you can see how that happens. Plus, there is this whole motion of Uranus and Jupiter opposing one another exactly on the 2nd, but we will be feeling it days prior and days after, especially because Jupiter is going to go retrograde, so we're going to be stuck in this opposition aspect. And I feel a lot of that could also, on a global level, deal with politics. Jupiter rules politics, and Uranus too rules change. They're kind of opposing forces. We've seen a lot of demonstrations, not just here in the States, worldwide, due to the political changes. So when we come into this opposition, we're going to see it's going to linger. It's not over anytime soon, but more on a private note, what is it going to do for you? Well, it is your 2nd and 8th house. So this opposition, this challenge, that's for you to look at your income, the money coming in versus that goes out. There might be, here in your 8th house, some investments that might be changed, either because you want to, but it could also be changes externally. Say some investments, stock market might fluctuate under this whole political opposition. So you want to keep a close eye on it. The 4th straight through the 10th is a beautiful week. We have you really communicating what it is you hope and wish for. When we don't express what it is we want, we have to realize people around us, our partners and whoever in the family, they don't know unless we express our wishes, right? Sometimes we're a little too humble to say anything about it, but when you do verbalize what it is you do desire and what you see for yourself, just watch how many will come out of the woodwork and be more than happy to be a part of what it is you dream, right? So express that, and you'll see already on the following days how things are going to fall together. I see this drive. It's Mars and Saturn, beautiful triangle aspect here. And what that tells me is that whatever projects you're working on or doing, or where your focus is, Saturn's going to come in and lock something in for you, which I feel is going to be great. Say, for example, you're looking for a mortgage. You might get a locked-in interest rate, which is really, really good. It could be maybe just even getting service people to come home and do some work that's needed on the home side. You could find a very, not just good rate, but really good workers doing great quality. When Mars and Saturn work together, they get things done. And this could also just be you finishing up projects or initiating projects at home, painting the walls or getting your garden set up. I know it's still early spring yet, but in the more southern states, it's already early spring. You might find yourself really getting a lot accomplished in a very short amount of time. Family members, there might be some interaction here with them. Whatever that communication or time shared together will also be appreciated deeply from all partners in the family. 7th through 10th, there's communications, initiations, whatever the deal is for you. Maybe there's a new theme or a new plot coming in. Now, you could communicate this and see action coming in right behind it. It's as if you're getting this overwhelming feeling of, this is what I want, and boom, there you go. Action. Remember, both Venus and Mars are in Aries, so there's no lingering, there's no procrastination. I just see a lot of back-to-back actions, boom, 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 getting a lot of things done. Then you're going to take a little bit of a step back between the 12th and the 17th, and you might also need to look into something or adjust. The Sun, Mercury both are squared Saturn. So this is you maybe taking some precaution or maybe just scaling back. You've had a very busy first 2 weeks, right? So maybe it's just you needing to kind of scale back for your own sake. But on the 20th, the Sun will move into Aries and join the company there with Mars and Venus. So you'll see that that too will give you that energy. Now you've been able to rest for a little week, but then you're going to kick all into action again. 24th, we have a decision at hand. I feel, whenever we're not quite sure, then just wait. We don't always have to act. But you'll probably come to it within a couple of days. I see you following definitely your heart and your intuition in which direction to take. Because both the 24th straight through the 29th is a week where I feel you are, I won't say exploiting, but bringing to the surface, though, all your talents, skills, knack, and know-how. And there's such a creative flow and energy around you. You're feeling blessed with how things are just coming together, as if the force of manifestation now is truly flowing. And you know how it is when we're in that synchronistic state where people, places, events, everything just seems to easily fall into place, as opposed to other times when we really work so hard and we tread water and we get nowhere. Very frustrating, right? This is the opposite, flip end of that stick. So yes, we're ending the month here with you dedicating time to your creative projects. It's also a very romantic time towards the end of the month. I feel March has, in the overall, then been a very good month for you to look forward to, and it's really setting the stage too for what you can expect in April, Virgo, and there's a lot there. As the month starts out, it's going to start out with a bang for you. So listen, this is what we have for you here in March. I wish you the very best. Go listen to your moon and rising sign, and I'll see you in April.